All right. We have how exposing Penguinz0 ended MamaMax's career by Internet Anarchist. Now, I don't know who MamaMax is or why he tried to expose Penguinz0, but one thing you need to understand is that when you come for the king, you better not miss. This man apparently missed and now it's over with for him. So we're about to go ahead and check it out, see what it's about. This video's long as hell already. It's 40 minutes. So we about to keep pauses to a minimum. Y'all gonna have to deal with that, you know what I'm saying? If I got something to say, I'm gonna try to just talk over the video. I ain't gonna do too much pausing. Unless y'all want my reaction to be an hour long. God damn it. So yeah, that's it right there. Without further ado, let's get it.
What's the fastest way to ruin your YouTube reputation? Is it mixing fact with fiction when covering serious investigations?
Oh, did he do that?
Fiction that is parallel to the real story, and then there's just the real story.
Huh?
Is it lying about catching predators so that viewers support you on Patreon?
You can watch my back real good by supporting me on Patreon.
Okay.
Link in description.
Or maybe is it
Lying about catching predators?
other creators who didn't spread your message?
But I am being the nicest I could be. I could literally cancel you, Charlie, and I choose not to. I'm the friggin' pedo hunter.
Perhaps the better question is, how did you get away with
You could cancel Charlie, Big Charlie.
times? Hi, I'm the
Hold on now.
I create weekly YouTube
You create weekly YouTube videos with this dumbass song in the back. Again, I'm not dissing Internet Anarchist when I say that. It's Jay-Z. Or wherever the song originated from.
To losing over 50,000 subscribers in January of
Ooh.
2024 alone.
Oh, damn.
Possibly ending his
Oh, so this was recent.
YouTube.
I consider them a liar.
Somo.
Fraud, dishonest.
Yo, why didn't they hear about none of this? Okay.
All along.
How much you could cancel Charlie?
His main channel, MamaMax,
Hell
was
no.
created on the 26th of May 2016, with his first upload coming just 2 days later. However, judging from the comments, Max already had a dedicated fan base that loved him long before his channel existed.
Okay.
Comments reading, "We have missed you, Mama. Glad you."
Where he come from?
The king is back. The love and admiration towards Max only grew as Max discussed themes of emotional distress in his Life Sucks series, which was meant to
damn.
viewers going through similar negative emotions. While the
Okay.
light-hearted uploads like his Saving Game documentary series and his anime reviews, a majority
Anime reviews.
on Max's channel was dark and edgy in nature, something that would only get worse with time. By the 27th of March 2020, Max uploaded the video cartoonincorporated.mp4, which would set the tone for his channel moving forwards.
Today,
Oh, what the hell?
you and I are gonna hunt some.
Ooh.
Upload featured Max documenting his journey through the dark recesses of YouTube in search of users with malicious intent towards children. At the time, YouTube was dealing with an overwhelming infestation of predators, and through videos.
Oh yeah, what was that called?
His mission to bring
Was
them
something
to
gay?
justice.
Elsa Gate?
Max's surreal editing style and provocative elements propelled the video to over 2 million views, bringing in overwhelming support for his attempts to clean up YouTube. And Cartoon Incorporated was the first in a long line of so-called predator hunting videos
Okay.
uploaded to his channel, with videos like kidschat.net and mylol.apk receiving millions of views and hundreds of Patreon pledges. Max had found not just financial.
Well, shout out to you for trying to do some good things, if that's what you're trying to do.
Point, Max had fully leaned into this edgy investigator persona that thrived from exposing predators.
Look creepy right there.
Unfortunately, this kind of content could get any creator in trouble with YouTube's strict moderation, and Max
What?
was no exception. On the 13th of September 2020, Max
Okay.
received a strike on his video titled "Hunting Predators on a Children's Dating App for Harassment." He responded to the
Children's dating app? What the hell?
about the decision to
What does that even mean? What is children's dating app?
Were you sipping on your venti frappuccino at YouTube HQ when I was in the trenches with them? I worked 3 long, hard, traumatizing months on this project.
Damn.
To fix the injustice that has been wrought on the internet.
Just for y'all to strike me.
For you to
Yeah.
obliterate it completely.
That'd be annoying, bro. That'd be annoying.
Criminals better than you treat your own creators. This is not the first time you protected pedophiles.
Max would end his rant by asking his viewers to reach out to either YouTube or any other popular creators to get answers on why the platform was supposedly protecting pedos.
Oh, wow.
Ask is for you to tweet to Team YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, H3H3, Philip DeFranco,
what-
critical, scarce, Keemstar, Mark.
Oh my goodness. He's trying to bring everybody up in that thing.
Voice to get through to YouTube is with the message.
Answer us, let me not say that.
YouTube
I almost said the whole thing.
Gained traction on Twitter, morphing into numerous viewers and creators making the black and white argument that either YouTube supported his cause or they were protecting.
Okay, so they actually did it. That was on his side. That's what it looked like.
More nuanced than that.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to YouTube and when it comes to the idea of, hey, is this site picking a side between protecting individuals that are predatory? And I feel that if you have predatory issues on your platform, you should use your platform to call out actual predators on the internet. Again, this content,
that makes sense.
The people that are making it sometimes will go above and beyond with their storytelling or their coverage, where they may unintentionally violate something TOS related. They may reveal personal information. They may show some. And in that case, YouTube has to act in favor of a predator. At least that's what it appears to be.
Yeah, and it sucks.
YouTube, I think, is assisting any predators. It's literally because the content that is uploaded may not have been checked or screened hard enough, and YouTube has had to enact its TOS on that content.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Definitely, that's for sure. Like, there's certain rules in TOS that if you break them, bro, they have to enact their, like, they have to enforce it on you, bro. They can't just sit there and ignore it just because you technically broke TOS for a good cause. Like, you may have broke TOS for a good cause, and shout out to you for that, but you still broke TOS. And if they start like manually deciding who gets to slip and slide around TOS, shit gonna get crazy, bro. So they kind of everybody gotta get it. Everybody gotta get it. It sucks though, man, because it seemed like he was really doing some good, but if you broke TOS in the process, you gotta hold that. It's BS though.
27th of December.
But how else could you handle it?
It acquired a second strike, and with it came another campaign against YouTube.
Damn.
The goal of eradicating predators on the platform was a noble one. The methods that Max employed were becoming increasingly more problematic. The video titled "PickASide.win" served as a catalyst for getting YouTube's attention, and while it seemed well-meaning at first, the conversation quickly shifted to Max accusing YouTube of some very horrible things. The first portion of the video was a compilation of various creators sharing complaints about moderation on the platform. In contrast, the second half of the video saw Max borderline demanding that popular creators like Charlie, Philip DeFranco, Ethan, and Cop's husband spread the hashtag. He even forced Cop's husband to speak on the matter based on past personal issues.
Corpse, I know you have nothing to do with this. But with all of your power, influence, and the favor you owe me, I just couldn't help myself.
The favor you owe me?
So, remember when you reached out after years of not speaking to me while I was at the hospital attending to my sick girlfriend, and you kept trying to rush me home to do you a huge favor, and then you threw me under the bus for something you did. So, how about you do me the fucking favor this time?
Goodness.
Talk about something besides yourself for once. It will give you a good look.
And he did it?
Max directly accused YouTube of loving predators.
Or was that fake?
Tonight, YouTube will choose. Let die the pedophiles they love, or suffer the little children.
Nice Spider-Man reference. Hey, man, at the end of the day, bro, you can't be calling out the platform that you own, disrespecting the platform you own, and thinking that that's not me saying that YouTube's better just get away with what they want to. I'm just saying, because creators speak out on about YouTube all the time. Corey Kenshin fucking went viral. He goes viral with everything he makes, but he went viral recently for speaking out on it. And then a lot of people came following behind, like, yeah, Corey Kenshin ain't lying. Like, just, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, bro, if you're gonna speak out against a corporation, the corporation that you work for, they got the right to be like, get him out of here. Like, all right, you don't like us? Fuck on. They can do that.
And by the end of the night,
they can do that.
I want Twitter to be a shitstorm.
Max was already crossing the line to get his point across, and it was only a matter of time before someone called him out for it. On the 28th of December 2021, Tommy C went live to YouTube to give his reaction to Max's Pick a Side video, and within minutes, he already identified the major pitfalls that were going unnoticed.
I have looked at it. I have also looked at the way it was presented, this sort of us or them mentality. The only time you use an us or them type tactic is, in my experience, is so it's easier to cover up the flaws.
Tommy went on to point out the fact that Max framed things as either you agree and support our cause or you're a predator, as well as stating that the campaign was more about—
and you can't be doing that shit, bro.
Children he claimed to protect. Before Tommy could fully go through the video—
that's that if you ain't for us, you're against us mindset. Like, bro, just because I'm not on your side, I don't support your cause, I don't support your lifestyle, I don't support anything, you know, about what you do, that doesn't mean I'm your enemy. If you're not my friend, you're my enemy. No, that's not the case. I'm over here on the sideline. I'm on the sideline. I'm just watching. I don't have a dog in this fight, goddammit. I'm not gonna take your side on this shit, but I'm certainly not fighting back against you. You know what I'm saying? If there's a tug of war going on, I'm not pulling from either side, nigga. I'm in the middle, not even in the middle. I'm on the sideline. I'm literally not even in the middle. I'm on the sideline watching y'all do the tug of war. Don't try to pull me into it and then try to just put me on that side because I won't join you. You can't do that.
Max entered the stream chat and demanded that they entered a call.
I just was informed MamaMax is interested in talking, and he's in way to call right now.
Well, he's gonna have to wait because I'm going through this nightmare. And I said I've only skimmed coming in. I want to get a live reaction to this.
Hey, brother, I don't want to talk to you right now.
Presented right here.
Hey, Tommy, can you pause it real quick?
Sure.
MamaMax is in the chat trying to bait you to bring him on. He's saying, wish we could have talked like adults, man.
Talk like adults? You didn't make a fucking video like a fucking adult. Don't give me this shit. You should have contacted me ahead of time. By the way, did we go through something like this last year? Your time's up. And you're gonna wait until my show's done instead of you coming in here and throwing one red herring after another to trying to get—
yeah, you ain't finna demand to get on my shit. It's my shit.
Was done reacting to the video, Tommy was firmly in the opinion that Max was trying to use other creators to promote his guideline disputes with YouTube and use the veil of children vs predators to cover his intent. With that being said, one section of Max's video stood out to Tommy above all. Specifically, Max used a clip of Tommy but never actually reached out to him to cover the story.
Because you definitely can't— I'm gonna rewind 5 seconds so we can hear what you're about to say. Because you definitely can't, and this kind of already goes with the sideline argument, but yeah, you definitely can't yank someone into some shit, into a cause that you're trying to go on, even if they do agree with you. Like, I know I was just talking about the being on the sideline, but even if I agree with your cause, that don't mean I gotta join your cause, dog, because I might not like the way that you're presenting it. So I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna just let you have it. I'm gonna let you fight that battle. You can't say, hey, Mr. Guy that wasn't saying anything about this cause and, you know, was just gonna stay out of it. I'm calling you out, so you better say something, or we're gonna put you on this side and say that you're just against the cause and we're gonna label you as the thing. You can't do that shit, bro. You can't force someone to say some shit. You can't do that, bro.
When Max used a clip of Tommy but never actually reached out to
him. If I don't want to have nothing to do with it, I ain't gotta say nothing.
So again, I'm gonna have to upset all of my—
I get in here. Unbelievable. You know what? You know what that tells me? He didn't send me the fucking DM because he knew I would see right through it. He knew I would expose him, and he figured putting me at the end— this is a threat. This is a fucking threat.
When Max was questioned on the Half-Baked podcast about the objective of the hashtag pick a side movement, he immediately dodged the question.
You used it to try to reach bigger YouTubers, but is any of this like, this is a way to make my channel go to the next level?
No, I think my channel get taken down for making a video like this. Everyone's saying be careful.
Okay.
Don't let your channel get terminated. I want to see some progress,
that's true,
specifically with YouTube and us.
Ultimately, Max had got everything he wanted. Pick a side YouTube had taken over online discourse. His platform was flooded with new supporters.
So I see that Charlie made a video
with a channel manager. However,
must be nice. 70 vids, 700,000 subscribers.
Constructive ideas. 1. Anyone that questioned him, his mission, or the methods he used was to be labeled a predator. And
yeah,
2,
you can't do that shit, bro.
The quickest way
that
to
shit ain't
spread
cool.
the message was to get other established creators to signal boost it.
Yeah, that's what
illustrates the first point better.
The second point makes sense.
The reputations of both Magnetar and Tommy. His video titled Believe All Abusers, which was meant to debunk allegations from his ex-girlfriends, devolved into an attack on the YouTuber who posted them, Magnetar. While the allegations and claims from both parties are concerning, I'd like you to focus on how Max used his platform and status as a quote predator hunter to confidently label Magnetar as one. Worse still, he did it with little to no evidence besides the testimony of one witness, doxing Magnetar in the process.
Oh no, bruh.
Haley's boyfriend, Magnetar on YouTube, the one who published this video on me.
To back up these claims, Max shows a long list of DMs and the claims of one girl.
He graduated high school.
Okay.
And he was an adult. He sent his to a high schooler.
Oh man.
Around 14, 15 years old. We were like hanging out, and she was like, "This guy sent me his." We're like kids, so we're just like, "Oh my gosh."
Max goes on to state that the evidence in Magnetar is insufficient to build a case, despite claiming he's had hundreds of victims.
But I have not made a video on him, despite wanting to all these years, because I do not want to harass them, and I feel this is not enough evidence to build an entire case against him.
If you got hundreds of victims, and
will not
all right, man,
have more proof. We know that he has multiple victims spanning the past 8 years.
Do we know that?
If anyone wants to come forward, email me with the subject line, Anthony Field.
Accusing people of being predators wasn't—
You say that, but I don't know if we know that, bro.
As seen in his response to Tommy C. During his documentary titled "This Is What Happened to a Child Predator" on TikTok, Max took out some of the video's runtime to gloat about the success of Pick a Side YouTube and Tommy C for going against them.
From the very DNA I designed the Pick a Side campaign, we impelled the mobs.
What was he just drinking? Hot sauce?
Into the high heavens. Some with a bit more salt than others.
While showing out of context clips of Tommy that made him look crazy, Max sprinkled in over 15 QR codes that contained messages meant to put his opposition and imply they were a predator. These accusations wouldn't go unnoticed by Max's community, as both Tommy and Magnetar received ample harassment from them over the years. The power was already clouding Max's judgment, and if he deemed a message or case was worth sharing, then it was going to be shared by every creator he knew, whether they liked it or not. Sadly, that tactic only worked the first 2 times. By the time he went for the 3rd attempt, people began looking into his claims more seriously, and what they found upended Max's entire—
I'm gonna have to go watch that video that Penguinz0 made.
From checking the mountains of Thailand to spending hours grinding video editing. And there's one thing that's been a game changer for me. This video's sponsor Raycon.
Oh my goodness.
Every day into the video. On the 27th of October 2023, following a 4-month hiatus, Max renamed his channel to God Cult, unlisted from his previous uploads, and published a video titled "Brainwash Your Favorite Influencer."
Wow.
Welcome to your programming. Kindly send this video to your favorite influencer. We will test them on the content of their character.
Oh, so now you're just trying to stir shit up.
Listen to their words. Look at their actions. Let us begin.
After priming viewers—
now you're just trying to stir shit up.
Questions, Max details a story of a girl whom a werewolf cult leader allegedly victimized.
On March 18th, 2016, Spencer, a 16-year-old girl from Wiley, Texas, mysteriously disappeared, lured by the illusion of joining a supernatural family as a vampire on some random corner of the internet. She actually found herself ensnared in a dangerous cult led by a child predator posing as a werewolf god.
What the hell?
The rest of the video trying to provoke his audience into reaching out to larger channels.
Mr. Beast?
Spencer's testimony. Although the claims made in the video were shocking, Max had provided almost no evidence to support them.
Yeah, he just said some shit.
Expected the internet to pick up the story based on the statements of a single individual. By now, viewers had begun to connect the dots, and the comment section was flooded with aggressive criticism towards Max.
This is where I'm finally unsubscribing.
Public opinion in his favor, Max disabled the comment section and directed viewers to a live stream on Spencer's channel to further elaborate on the case.
It was basically
that's her.
A supernatural cult where he convinced all of us that we were vampires, werewolves, hybrids, celestials, and all this shit. Like,
not to undermine what happened to her if she really went through that bullshit. I feel bad for her. But what do you mean he convinced you that you were a vampire, werewolf, hybrid, all this bullshit? Do motherfuckers not know how to think for themselves? What? He convinced you that you were those things. Do you not? My bad if I'm offending somebody from saying what I'm saying, but like, also don't really feel that sorry, because goddamn, there's not a person on this planet smooth enough with they talk to convince me that I'm some shit that I'm not. So I don't know. That's kind of crazy, but hey, if she was actually like in the fucking like dragged into a sex code and had things done to her, I feel bad for her on that front. But how the fuck you let a motherfucker? I don't know.
and then he would sit there and claim that
I do know, but I don't want to say certain things.
One point in the
y'all niggas sensitive nowadays.
Dead, and he was the new god.
The stream was 4 hours long and mostly featured Spencer's account of a time in the alleged werewolf cult.
Some regular ass dude, huh?
Of the stream and the lack of substantial evidence put many of the viewers off from interacting with it, which was something Max couldn't tolerate. On the 11th of November 2023, Max published the video titled "This Is What Happened to MamaMax," Max.
Okay.
His frustration at the lack of support from his viewers and fellow content creators, at times mocking both parties for not seeing the significance of what he was creating.
If PewDiePie can come back and talk about Sniper Wolf, then he and others can talk about the nightmarish realities that millions of children are enduring every day. Last week, I released a charity video.
You can't force people to talk about that shit, bro. It ain't that people don't care. I'm just not trying to talk about that.
That has victimized hundreds of minors. Despite its significance, it turned out to be the worst performing video on my channel.
The black and white thinking
activists think that everyone else has to be an activist with them,
as Max
or they're terrorists.
Community for not joining him on another crusade of internet chaos.
I had hoped that influencers, especially those who've interacted with my content before, would step up, even if it was part of a more lighthearted stream, like a Halloween special. Unfortunately, it seems that
Halloween special
outweighs child welfare for most influencers.
Max was fixating on metrics and negative feedback instead of trying to handle the case properly, or at the very least, explaining it coherently.
Right.
To me, it seemed like this case wasn't about the victims of abuse, and instead was about Max getting the recognition and praise he thought he deserved.
Yeah, because you know that not everyone that watches your shit is there to like necessarily care about the things that you're talking about. They're not necessarily on your side or willing to help you fight for your cause. Some motherfuckers are just trying to be entertained. They literally watch your shit and they're like, yo, this is funny, I like this. And so when you start changing it up or actually trying to call people out for shit, they're like, hold on, wait a minute, I didn't quite appreciate that. I didn't quite like that. Let me go ahead and click off of this video. I ain't watching this shit. Or let me just not even click on the video, which is apparently what happened. So like, bruh, yeah, man, like I said, bruh, just activists always want somebody to join them in their activism, and if you don't, they try to call you a terrorist.
This line of thinking was further supported by Max's next upload, titled, "This is the greatest cancellation of all time," at Penguinz0, now retitled, "Reacting to the reactions of SS Sniper Wolf's actions." The video was another desperate grab at attention, but this time, Max implied that the issues he discussed were far more important than what anyone else had to say, and therefore, other creators were obligated to talk about it, especially Charlie. Max had reached out to
Why especially Charlie?
Case before and wasn't going to stop until he got a reply.
Okay, let me just go ahead and read this real quick.
Shout to Charlie.
Hey Charlie, I appreciate your prompt response. Completely respect your move away from reaction content. The main reason I'm extending this invitation isn't to get you back in the reaction game, but more out of respect for your integrity. I've seen how you and others in your circle operate with a sense of responsibility and fairness. My upcoming video has elements that could be provocative and misinterpreted, and I generally don't want you or your peers to be caught off guard by it. The group chat will simply serve as an informational space. There's absolutely no expectation for you to react to or cover the video. Rather, it's an opportunity for you to get the full sense, goddammit, of what this project entails, so you can decide for yourself who might be interested or who should steer clear. Okay, I said steer clear, goddammit.
Like concerned
all right.
Before and wasn't going to stop until he got a reply.
So did Charlie not respond at all?
A voice heard by millions. We reached out hoping
he is a big voice.
Private response at the very least. Your platform has the power to drive significant change, yet many voices remain unheard amid the digital climate.
You're not gonna tell him what he needs to use his platform for, bro. It's his shit.
The vast audience, a platform that has the incredible.
Cause you're right.
Not just to entertain, but to empower.
If he did what you want him to do, it'll be big.
Of the internet that many of us.
But he don't want to. You can't make him.
Making you not just an influencer, but a potential catalyst for much needed awareness and action.
There were many.
Even if we were in a situation, right, where I was able to be, let's say for example, I was in a position to where all I had to do was give the go ahead, and I could literally, let's say there's a worldwide war, the entire world is at war, but I have the power to stop the war by simply saying, hey guys, stop fighting. Let's say I had that power. You can't make me enact it just because if I don't want to enact it, I don't have to. Even though it would be objectively good for the world and also good for me because I'm living in this world, if I don't want to use the power to say, hey guys, stop fighting, I don't fucking have to. You can't make me. You know what I'm saying? You can look at me how you want to, but I don't have an obligation, not even a responsibility to do it. You feel me? So yes, you're right. If Penguinz0 joined your cause and was saying the things you wanted him to say, he could be a big, big, big help to your goddamn cause. But he don't want to. You can't tell a motherfucker what to use their platform for, bro. You just can't do that.
Things Max could have done to get the word out, but trying to guilt others into doing it for him was the worst way possible to handle it. Something that he would immensely regret in the coming months. To offset the criticism and explain his actions, Max went on a now deleted stream titled Fight Me to discuss the points being made.
Head ass.
However, that didn't work well for them, as Max and Spencer were mostly condescending towards the critics while putting their message on an untouchable pedestal, a stance that only alienated people they were trying to convince.
Just overall, it's one of the strangest, weirdest videos and kind of guilt-tripping people into doing the same type of content he's making when most of us, and actually...
Alright, I'm not trying to guilt trip y'all. I am telling y'all the truth, the objective truth. There are millions of children that are enslaved that need our help.
And that sucks. And I've talked about this before in other videos, bro. While that sucks, and I'm gonna sound like a dickhead when I say this, but allow me to elaborate first before you dislike my fucking video. While that kind of shit sucks, it's not my problem. Listen. Routinely, we go throughout our days, every single day, with shit happening around us that is bad, objectively bad, even subjectively bad too, but mostly objectively, that is just not our problem, bruh. It's just not. People die all the time, people get murdered, people get robbed, and a lot of times, say for example, if you're at a store and you see someone getting ready to get robbed, and you have the power to stop the robbery before it happens, do you have an obligation to stop the robbery? No, you don't. No, you don't. You're behind the robber. The robber has his gun sticking out. That's the gun he's going to use to rob. You could easily snatch the gun out of his waistband. He's not even looking at you. Do you have an obligation to snatch the gun out of his waistband and prevent the robbery? No, you do not. You have every option to just be like, man, fuck this, and just walk the fuck up. That's what I'm saying, bro. You can't force this shit on people, dog. You can't do it. You telling the truth. You're right. This is a bad issue that I wish someone would address, but I don't have to if I don't want to. You can't force me to be a martyr for your cause. I've said the same thing like 5 different times in this video. So, I'm just gonna hit play and I ain't even gonna bother going on that tangent again. I just wanted to make sure y'all really understand how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? You're not obligated to do anything, even if it's for the greater good, if you simply don't feel like it. Now, don't enact that mindset on all parts of your life, because you're gonna be fucked up out here doing like that. But depending on the thing, you ain't gotta risk yourself or put yourself out there for someone else's cause. You ain't gotta do that.
His brief response to the situation a few days later only added to the
hope these kids get saved, man, but I ain't gotta be the one to do it.
Ignoring Mama Max. Yeah, so here, you want me to talk about it a little bit? That rubbed me the wrong way. We talked like a month ago about like what he was working on in his investigation, and then apparently when I had COVID, he messaged me a couple times and I never saw it, and now he's taken that as me ghosting him and ignoring his very important mission, and it really rubs me the wrong way.
Unfortunately, that wasn't enough to make Max reconsider his actions, as he continued to go live to talk about the case while refusing to give any evidence or answer questions directly.
Just because Charlie is a big YouTuber, there shouldn't be an expectation that he should be able to cover like child fucking like or
said that
trafficking or human trafficking. That's ridiculous to try to push that onto him, and you're doing it in a manipulative way.
Spencer, what do you think?
Who cares
That's
about
a fact.
Spencer? You're the guy with the fucking platform. I'm sorry, all due respect, but I don't give a fuck about this person.
Oh.
You're the one of 760k subs.
Oh, and I know that just made him sound like a dickhead by saying that, but bro, real shit. Like, dog, I don't really like. I know this girl, you used her to talk about some bullshit she went through, but I really don't care what she think, bro. I'm talking to you. She not in here. Like, what I'm saying? I'm not having this conversation with you and Spencer. I'm talking about you.
What the fuck? Max was clearly not ready to have a productive dialogue on how to go about the case, and instead wanted to garner more publicity and donations by interviewing survivors on stream or threatening other creators to cover it. Max was prioritizing getting more eyes on the investigation.
Shout out to the views, though.
Realize that it would lead to more scrutiny around all his previous investigations.
He losing subs. Look at that.
On Reddit began taking a closer look at Max's catalog and made several chilling observations. Reading, "I think MamaMax has faked some of his content."
Oh, whoa, no. no.
Obvious to some folks, but it's wild to me that he insists these are real situations. There's so many story conveniences and coincidences in his videos, as well as Max's mega upload suspended and reported to law enforcement, with the account being taken down for possible child exploitation material. Uncovering inconsistencies in his previous uploads to finding objectionable content in his mega folders, users were finding noticeable holes in Max's facade as a predator hunter. However, it was Max who truly tore down his reputation. On the 5th of January 2024, Max started known as the worst and longest live stream of his career. For the
I did not hear about this
8-hour stream, Max interviews 2 new survivors while deflecting critical questions from viewers about what he was doing.
Keg says, Keg keeps donating. Why are you supporting this if you disagree with it? He said, clearly more interested in virtue signaling and moral support than fixing peds. I'm outie. Camden is nothing. Way bigger systems out there. That's very disrespectful. And he is part of the system just as you are, just as we all are.
When the viewers weren't able to get through to Max, his close friends and fellow creators called in to talk some sense into him. But sadly, that didn't work either.
There's a way to present this, there's a way to handle this before you get to that point, right? And that's what we need to be focusing on. That's like where everything needs to be centered on. It is where I'm at. And that's all I really can say about the situation.
Okay, so I would have really appreciated this like 2 months ago when we first reached out. I reached out to you and multiple other creators asking for help, and none of you were responsive. I understand y'all are busy and doing your own things.
Right.
This is the first time I've ever handled a case of this complexity and magnitude, and that is why I was asking for help.
If you go to police and they say, okay, yay, we're going to go get him or whatever, I don't know, live in a dreamland, whatever you want to feel. Are you going to court after that?
I'm unsure about the entire process. I think that's the job of the district attorney, but y'all would likely, the survivors would likely appear as witnesses.
Well, they're not gonna do shit, man.
What bothers me is your answer right there. You've been doing this for 5 years and you don't know how the process goes?
To cover his blunder, Max immediately made the stream private.
Basically saying, you ain't even doing shit, bruh. You ain't even really doing shit for real. You ain't really out here in the streets. You trying to make it look like you are. You trying to make it look like you really making progress. You ain't really doing shit for real, dog. You just talking. That's what she said. She just called him out. You ain't really doing shit, but you don't even know how the process goes. You've been doing this shit for 5 years. You don't even know how the process goes. So I know you ain't making no work. You ain't making no strides in getting this shit done. You trying to get done, huh? You ain't. Hey, if you were so passionate about it, you could get it done yourself. 5 years and you ain't made no steps. Goddamn, you still standing in the same spot. That's crazy. Shit. Hey, sounds to me like you don't actually care as much as you claim to.
With a tweet from Lyrics reading, MamaMax's threatened to flag my channel. Shortly after our debate last night, he DMs me at 2 AM, asking to censor/take down my stream because of a privacy complaint he has, and I complied.
Damn.
Then accuses me of bullying victims, not true for your information, heavily implying he's going to flag me. The recent streams weren't the only thing Max was trying to hide, as he either deleted or
adjust my
his
camera
previous
position.
uploads. Unfortunately for Max, there were 2 videos on the horizon that he couldn't strike down. Both containing information that revealed just how badly the investigation was going. From the 17th to the 18th of January 2024, Diorio and Mutahar from Some Ordinary Gamers would publish their respective hour-long reports on Max's investigation. This video came first and mostly explored the unethical practices that had infested Max's investigation.
Evidence does it.
Which was Max's conflict of interest when it came to Spencer. Spencer was a close family friend who was now living with Max, receiving income.
Okay, so that was her in the back. I thought so.
Funds that would be allocated to the other 7 known survivors. Next, Nick looked into the convoluted information given to the viewers during the God Cult campaign, concluding that Max had never fully explained what exactly the werewolf cult was, or given it a name. Then there was the matter of the previous investigations having either inconsistent information, weak evidence, or none at all, which led to speculate on whether or not any other predators were actually arrested.
I don't give a shit.
Hell no.
It did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in police custody.
As a result of your video, or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video. I don't know if the police asked him to come back or he went on his own volition or they forced him to come back. I don't know any of those details. I just know he went back to Canada and was in police custody for a certain amount of time.
Throughout the video, Nick recorded snippets from a Discord call between him, Muta, and Max, which showed Max's unwillingness to confront reality.
Yeah, why are you putting it all on me?
Because it's your case!
The one bringing it. Why are you
Absolutely, I am the first one.
Yeah.
You are the only one. You haven't convinced anyone to come on board yet.
You haven't convinced exactly. You haven't
been.
Damn.
That's because you haven't been giving anybody anything to work with.
This for months.
They pressing his ass.
Muta, I'm not moving anywhere close to the situation.
Muta, why can't you take initiative to talk to other survivors?
Well, I'm talking to you right now more than anybody else.
Shortly after, Muta published his take on the subject and covered similar
Damn.
Nick made.
Caught him a fraud.
Muta made sure to shed light on the incompetent tactics that Max built this case on. According to Muta, the investigation into the werewolf cult had not yet yielded enough evidence to support Max's outrageous claims. Remember, Max was accusing someone of serious crimes against
who is this?
children, but only gave spoken word testimony to back those
big ass fake teeth.
In the same video where he is discussing very serious allegations and very, very serious stories regarding victims. You can imagine why a lot of people are looking at this as him treating this as a joke. It's not a joke. This is serious. And in reality, what are people like Mr. Beast? What are people like PewDiePie gonna do? What are you gonna bring his kid into this? What, he's a father now, so he's not gonna signal boost unsubstantiated claims?
As his credibility faded.
Oh, did he really say that? Hold on,
He's
wait.
a father now, so he's not gonna.
As a new parent, dear Felix and PewDiePie. As a new parent, you're undoubtedly experienced with the mechanic. Okay, so obviously this whole thing isn't here. Sorry if it's cut off. But yeah, man. So you tried to use the fact that he's now a parent to be like, oh yeah, you're a parent. You're definitely gonna join my cause now, right? No, I'm not.
Gonna signal boost unsubstantiated claims.
As his credibility faded away, Max was frantically trying to shift the narrative with his "I place accountability in my own hands" video. You'd expect the title and thumbnail to be followed by a straightforward apology from Max, but that wasn't what viewers got. Instead, they were treated to 15 minutes of Max avoiding the mess that he had created.
I've got people telling me just talk about the case and nothing else. I've got people telling me just address the criticisms. I've got people telling me just apologize.
Okay.
I feel like I'm being pulled in every which way, and no matter how hard I try, I cannot make everyone happy. People say, just wait for law enforcement to do something. But we've waited 7 years, and they haven't done anything. So we decided to do
just work
with it and put eyes on him. And people wanted evidence, so we've been inviting people to our little server where we have the evidence. But then people don't want to listen to the survivors.
Put the evidence out
there and just look at the evidence and conclude it's nothing.
Well, first of all, if it's just the people talking, that's not evidence. That's just them also making an unsubstantiated claim. You have to make sure that you have to actually provide evidence, bro. You know what evidence is? I don't gotta explain this to y'all. Y'all know what evidence is. Bring legit evidence. Just me coming in and saying, yeah, he did that to me. That's not fucking proof, bro. Sorry, it doesn't work. That doesn't work anywhere. I mean, okay, I ain't gonna say that. It works sometimes in situations where it definitely shouldn't. But it doesn't work most of the times, goddammit. You bring them into a little service, just having them do that, bro. You need to present the evidence to us. You over there trying to convince these big content creators, bring the evidence to them. Send them something.
Max wasn't fooling anyone with that approach. Members of the audience that once defended Max were now begging him to either tackle the case professionally or drop it. And you know there's a problem when comments have more likes than the actual video itself. Max's subpar apology was only a ploy to sway public opinion, and it was failing horribly. Pair this with the Discord leaks of him threatening legal action against Muta, and is no why the apology fell flat, with a text reading, "Spencer and I are considering a class action lawsuit against mutahar for breaching our non-disclosure agreement. He's extremely rich, so the lawsuit seeks $1 million in damages to be distributed between you."
Wow.
This goes on to show that Max's priorities weren't aligned with solving the case.
Yeah.
Rather, he was solely set on maximizing personal gain. From the 19th to the 21st of January 2024, Slug, Max's former editor, took to YouTube and Reddit to leak footage of Max saying what he truly thought about people like Charlie.
I could literally cancel you, Charlie. I could literally cancel you.
You could cancel Charlie, huh?
And I choose not to.
Oh, okay. Okay, so just another unsubstantiated claim, huh? Oh, I could cancel you. I got evidence that could get you canceled right now. If I had a mind to do it, I could do it. I'm not going to, but understand that I could. What does Most Critical say? That was a nothing burger, a nothing sandwich? Like what? That meant nothing. I could cancel you, but I'm choosing not to.
It's true though. It's the truth.
It's not though.
I'm the friggin' pedo hunter.
Until you, oh my goodness, until you prove it, you're capped.
This would lead anyone to the conclusion that he had lost his grip on reality and assumed his status as quote gave him the power to cancel other creators, something that would only become more apparent. Around the time the leak from Slug,
you could probably cancel other creators that are actually that.
Discord user had infiltrated Max's private investigation server, leaking all the evidence he was saving for the legal case. Apparently, they were able to enter the server by pretending to be a survivor and were given full access after signing an NDA.
Wow.
We're dealing with a lot of harassment and going through a lot of stuff. Is it possible you could invite me to the Discord server where the other victims are? I want to share my story in a place where I can feel safe and not be doxxed or harassed. Yes, we can invite you. Thank you. Again, you have done so much for the victims. I'm blessed to have met you, and I hope Camden can finally face justice. For the safety of the server, may I please ask for your full name? My name is Max Stryker. It's a pleasure to meet you. They give a voice message and then say Jamie Fields, which is a fake name. But
hell yeah, I ain't give you my real name.
That Max has done to allow some random shitter in his Discord server to see all of the evidence.
Seen all the evidence.
What you have to do is just play the part decently well. Say that you were fucking abused and diddled by Camden. Give a fake full name, and boom, you see all of the fucking evidence that he's protecting for the legal case.
That's crazy.
Spreads it out to the internet to see.
As you'd expect, Max was flagging videos that mentioned the leak to cover up this blunder.
Oh my goodness.
In his evidence Discord server is now flagging and telling his whole server, which granted, his server is probably only 20 people, 30 people max, but he's now enforcing his whole server to go report and flag it seems like my VOD, it seems like Mr. Sen's VOD, anyone who's talking about
this man Max is out here going crazy, bro,
and outright calling for that. Seems like this guy spends more time fucking doing this shit than actually trying to catch Camden on his case.
There was no way Max could feasibly hide this fiasco, as more and more of his secrets were going public with each passing day.
Damn, hurt.
February 2024, Nicholas returned to cover the MamaMax situation through the upload titled "This
video will make you hate MamaMax." Okay.
Forward an obscene amount of damning information from Max's past. Alongside his coverage of Max's blunders from the previous weeks, Nicholas detailed how Max maliciously destroyed the career of a former friend and supporter, NightDoc.
NightDoc's Jim was a proud MamaMax supporter during the Pick a Side YouTube campaign. So much that he called in to actually debate me 2 years ago and defend Max's character from scrutiny. Like Max and many of their mutuals, Jim is a video essayist who makes long-form content. He was also firmly in the friend group of Max, Nexpo, Mutahar, and others just a few short years ago. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, Nick, what happened?
Can you let me go, bro? You breathing all on my neck, all on my ear and shit.
Successful friends and connections.
Let me go.
The reality was, NightDocs was cast out of his social circle because Max spread rumors that he was a bad father, a creep to women, and worst of all, a pedophile.
It seems
you just can't keep calling everybody that word, bro.
Just his enemies, but also
that's with no proof.
You might be wondering why Max never made these accusations public given his previous job title. Well, it was because he didn't have any evidence to back it up besides his testimony.
So regarding Jim, there were two specific stories that Max really harped on when it came to NightDocs.
Okay.
At least whenever we had our little, I guess, falling out. So Max was convinced then Jim was this pedophile creep, and he backed up his claim with firstly a story about an inappropriate conversation that he claimed Jim had with a minor. As
with
it
no
turned
proof.
Out, this person was not a minor at all.
Oh.
They had told Jim their age at one point, which I believe was 25.
Nowhere near a minor.
Really sure, but that's that whole story.
25.
That Max always preferred to back whenever he would call Jim a predator. There was another story that led to more of Max believing Jim to be, I guess, a creep. And it involved one trip to a restaurant that he and Jim had way back when Max was living with Jim. Apparently Jim was, making moves on the waitress and, continuously hitting on her, and he just wouldn't stop. And it made this, I guess, situation or this dinner that they were at very tense and awkward.
A little bit awkward.
Basically, every single time that I was with Max during the time when we had our, I guess, falling out, I guess you could call it, Max would perpetuate this narrative. Jim was this pedophile creep, and he would always refer back to these two stories.
I mean, flirtingly a bit overly aggressively is a problem that some men do have, and then they need to, rectify within themselves. But that's not necessarily like, maybe that was creepy if you're overly aggressively flirting and you're just doing it too much. But at the same time, brother, we weren't there, so we don't know how aggressive this was. He might have only flirted a couple times, and maybe the waitress just didn't respond positively to it. Listen, if you flirt with somebody and they don't respond positively to the flirtation, that doesn't make the flirter a creep for attempting to flirt. Now, we ain't even gonna go into situations about what makes someone a creep. Y'all know what the fuck makes someone a creep. Failed flirting does not equal creep. God damn it. We weren't there. We don't know how overly aggressive it was. And plus, this dude ain't got no evidence. He's just saying shit.
And I guess I just never really vetted them.
Regards to
like, we don't believe nothing you say. You're already known to be a liar, so I don't believe nothing you got to say.
Them, which had come from Max, allegedly, in amongst a friend group, about him not being necessarily the best dad. There were two key things. One of them was him being asleep most days, and then the other was that Max would have to step in and feed his children cereal or whatever else was in the house. This is something that I heard, again, not from Max, but through our internal friend group. And while this one definitely raised some questions about, okay, gotta be attentive if you're the dad, it wasn't necessarily the most serious thing. However, what was more serious was the allegation where he had allegedly started unzipping himself in front of a minor, exposing himself over a Discord video call. What? Now, I actually confronted Jim about this one specifically because I wasn't exactly, I need to know the bottom of this truth, or I need to understand or at least get his side, because obviously I met the person in reality. Me and my wife confronted him, and in this situation, Jim obviously categorically denied that he had done anything, but I didn't have any evidence for or against Jim, and in spite of all that, I still decided to, hold back my connection, not talk as much anymore. We weren't necessarily the most talkative people anyways, but this absolutely sealed the deal.
Max was not just making baseless accusations, but he was making them on a friend that defended, housed, and fed him for months.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Accusations that separated him from his friend group and almost pushed him over the edge.
When I lost my friends, I just went away from YouTube and all that. Like, I just lost all of my self-esteem. I just felt like I was like irredeemable. There was something wrong with me that nobody would ever want to be around me. And I had no idea what it was that I did, but I was like, I'm obviously just a piece of shit.
So you'd say the same.
I'm glad he got through this then.
I guess.
Absolutely, it impacted my career. I completely fell off. I ended up hospitalized. Like,
damn.
I genuinely ended up hospitalized. I came within hours of doing something very permanent and very stupid.
I'm glad he didn't do it.
The last straw.
To add a cherry on top, Nicholas included the full Discord call he and Muta had with Max, which really allows you to see how deviously Max used his past credibility and platform to justify his unethical behavior. The call started normally, with Muta and Nicholas trying to get to the bottom of the Candom case. However, once they inquired on why evidence hadn't been shared with other creators, Max said,
"Yes, so I would like to explain my position on this."
Sure.
Yes, please do, because I'm gonna let him go ahead and talk. But I'm just saying, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, bro, if you was gonna talk to other creators trying to get them to support your cause, why you ain't sending them the evidence? At least let them see it. Like, can you please not put it out? But like, I want you to see this, just so you can know that I'm not lying about the shit that I'm saying. You ain't even show them. You want me? Hey, just join my cause, bro. I got evidence, but I'm not gonna show it to you right now. Just join me. Trust me. You'll thank me later. No.
So the purpose of the NDA is to protect the survivors. Like, that is why the NDA protects their anonymity and for them to be able to give the approval of what they want to share. But we do want to let people in and see what is occurring here. It's just we my priority has been to protect the survivors.
But I'm not going to join your cause if I don't know everything.
Say Charlie looks at everything, hypothetical, right? Charlie can't then go, guys, there's a predator on the loose. I saw it on Discord. That wouldn't be sufficient for his audience.
Max then goes on to affirm that witness testimony is more than enough for backing serious allegations.
No, it's not.
I am just trying to get the word out that this is Camden Gerard Davis. This is what the accusations against him are. And it's also, you can also, like, we are fine saying this is all alleged. Like, we are fine.
Okay.
Well, you can't just say it's alleged now.
No, because,
a pedophile.
yeah, 100%. That's not.
Yeah.
I'm fine doing it because I trust them.
You trust them? So did they even prove it to you?
You said you didn't review most of the evidence besides Spencer, though.
I reviewed the evidence. I just haven't had the context as to what it is pertaining to.
Even claiming that other creators have made similar allegations with less evidence.
How you see the evidence, but you don't know, you don't have the context what it's pertaining to? Then how would you even understand the evidence you looked at? I don't. All right. Yeah, this dude's he's just a liar.
I hope it's clear why I'm so willing to just call him a cult leader and a predator. I feel there's enough here.
No.
People have gone by with a lot less. Even Charlie has called people pedophile without any hard evidence.
Has he? I don't remember that.
Who was it? Was it Sneeko?
Bro, I mean, Sneeko was literally defending the shit out of.
Oh yeah, he was defending that movie Cuties. I about to say I never really heard him use that word in reference to Sneeko. He did call him creepy though, or call him like a little freak. Which, yeah, you defending that movie Cuties, bro. Something wrong with you. But I ain't gonna call you that word because you know that's different. You liking a movie is different from actions. But I am looking at you with the side eye, like you got to get the fish eye. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get all of that.
Let's not pretend. Come on.
All right, well that's my argument. Like
you know how many clips of him on Kick would exist of him saying minors, or come on, like.
That's, I mean, it's comparable to Anthony Fields.
We'll just let the video play. I ain't gonna pause it for the rest of it. It's only a minute left.
It's comparable.
Basing such a serious case on accusations alone was a recipe for disaster, and Max was too blinded by glory and money to see it. Now, he's lost both things he valued the most. Max's entire career was based on the fact that he was going after the most vile predators on the internet. It was the reason the YouTube community overlooked his of power and desperate attempts to signal boost his channel by threatening larger creators, all while giving thousands of dollars each month to fund his supposed one-man assault on predators. Unfortunately, once Max lost that air of authority, people became less willing to give him a pass for doxing people and relying on testimony as his sole piece of evidence.
Yeah.
Ironically, Max got the response from Charlie, but it would cost him his reputation, credibility, and over 50,000 subscribers.
What'd he say?
The fact that each day brings more and more revelations about who Max truly is, it's safe to say he's had a dramatic fall from grace, but nowhere near the bottom. But Max isn't the only one faking his content.
There, yeah. Yeah, man. Mama Max. Bro, we pretty much said everything that we needed to say in the video. Ain't really too much to say here in the outro, man. You can't be labeling people as things, accusing people of doing things without hard evidence. You just can't be doing it. People are too loose with words and labels nowadays. You ain't got no proof to substantiate your claims that someone is doing something or that someone is something. You better off not even saying it, because if motherfuckers call cap on you and prove that you just saying this shit without any evidence, you're gonna be the one that looks stupid. And you came at some of the big creators that are well liked. Again, it wasn't just Charlie. They made it seem like this video was just about Charlie, but no, it was about a lot of different creators. And when you come for the king, you bet not miss. You shot at these bigger creators trying to call them things, trying to call them out on things, and it backfired in your face. And now you dealing with the consequences, bro. Be like that sometimes. But hey, man, thank y'all for checking out this video, dog. This was a video by Internet Anarchist. And if y'all want to see the original video, it's down there in the description. Y'all go ahead and check that out. And I'm about to go ahead and get up out of this thing. Little y'all know it's late as hell at night. I'm tired. I'm about to go to bed. Hey, man, show a lot of love to the video, like, share, and subscribe. This is your boy Dairu. We signing out. Hey.